transport infrastructure in Brazil is characterized by strong regional differences and lack of development of the national rail network. Brazil's fast-growing economy, and especially the growth in exports, will place increasing demands on the transport networks. However, sizable new investments that are expected to address some of the issues are either planned or in progress. Railways. Total actual network, 29,303 kilometers. Broad gauge, 4,932 kilometers, 1,600 millimeters. Gauge. Narrow gauge, 23,773 kilometers, 1,000 millimeters. Gauge. Dual gauge, 396 kilometers, 1,000 millimeters and 1,600 millimeters. Gauges. Standard gauge, 202.4 kilometers, 1,435 millimeters. Gauge. Estrada de Ferro do Amapá in the middle of the Amazon rainforest also used standard gauge. A 12 kilometers section of the former 2 feet 6 in gauge Estrada de Ferro Oeste de Minas is retained as a heritage railway. Cities with metros. Railway links with adjacent countries. International rail links exist between Brazil and Argentina, Bolivia and Uruguay. Tramways. Brazil had 100 tramway systems. Currently, there are vintage tramways operating in Belém, Campinas, Campos de Jordão, Itatinga, Rio de Janeiro and Santos. High-speed rail. The high-speed rail connecting São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro is currently under development. Highways. Brazil has 1,751,868 kilometers of roads, 96,353 kilometers of them paved and 1,655,515 kilometers unpaved. That means that only 5.5% of the roads are paved and that 94.5% are unpaved. The most important highway of the country is BR-116 and the second is BR-101. The country has a low rate of car ownership of 140 per 1,000 population. However, in comparison to the other developing economies of the BRIC group, Brazil exceeds India and China. Waterways. 50,000 kilometers navigable. Pipelines. Condensate gas 62 kilometers. Natural gas 9,892 kilometers. Liquid petroleum gas 353 kilometers. Crude oil 4,517 kilometers. Refined products 4,465 kilometers. Seaports and harbors. Atlantic Ocean, Amazon River, Belém, Manaus. Paraguay River, Corumbá. Merchant marine. Total 136 ships or over, totaling 3,964,808 GRT, 6,403,284 tons. Deadweight ships by type. Airports. Most international flights must go to São Paulo Guarulhos International Airport or Rio de Janeiro Galeão International Airport. Belo Horizonte is the main international airport outside Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. A few go to Brasília, Recife, Natal, and just recently Fortaleza has accepted international flights. With South American integration, more airports can be expected to open to international flights. In 2013, Brazil had the 6th largest passenger air market in the world. Airports, with paved runways total, 734. Over 3,047 meters, 2,438 to 3,047 meters, 26, 1,524 to 2,437 meters, 169. 914 to 1,523 meters, 476. Under 914 meters, 56. Airports with unpaved runways total 3,442. 1,524 to 2,437 meters, 85, 914 to 1,523 meters, 1,541, under 914 meters, 1,816. National airlines: Azul Linhas Aéreas Brasileiras, Gol Transportes Aéreos, Avianca, TAM Airlines. Heliports: 16, 13,